Um, 25 years ago, my brother and I were in charge of the now defunct Fresno Ballet. And it was time to start thinking about the annual production of the Nutcracker. And it was decided that the old production had gotten just a little bit dusty, kind of ragged around the edges. It was time to sort of upgrade it. So we had a new artistic director who had come from the dance department at UC Irvine. And he was going to use the original George Balanchine choreography for the show. And we were doing new costumes and new sets, and it was going to be really fabulous. So we decided it would be a good idea and a good marketing ploy to bring in some dancers from Russia. So we went on a search for dancers from Russia who were available, who were with a company that was willing to let them come to the United States. It was a little bit easier to do things like that back then. We didn't have the whole homeland security snafu that we have now. And we found two of them. The board worked very hard to find these two very young, very beautiful people to come and dance Snow King and Queen. So they came here. They didn't speak any English. We had a gentleman from Fresno State who was in charge of a Russian studies program, and he was their interpreter and their guide through this area. So they came and they discovered the mall and they went shopping every day. Every day we would see them and they would have new jackets and new shoes, and she'd have new makeup, and they were just having a great time, and they were wonderful dancers, and everybody loved them. And then it was time for them to go back home. And we found out they couldn't. And what had happened was their manager back home somehow checked the wrong boxes on their visa application, and they were not allowed back in the country. But they didn't care, because they were buying shoes and they were buying jeans and they were having their hair done and they looked fabulous. We even sent the young man to our dentist to have some work done on his teeth. He had a toothache, so we got his teeth fixed while he was here. And they went to Yosemite, and they went to San Francisco, and they went to Disneyland, and they were living it up in the United States of America, while their manager was on the phone to us saying, "You are holding them hostage." Oh my God, we've got an international fiasco going on here while they're out buying shoes. Oh my God. It took lawyers, it took senators, it took congressmen just to get them home. The original plan was they could land in Tokyo, and they could even land and get on their plane to go home to Russia, but they couldn't get off the plane. They would send them back to the United States where they could buy sweaters and boots, and I don't really remember how we managed to get them on the plane and get them all the way home, but it was the work of board members and politicians and just this whole crazy thing that turned the Nutcracker into the Russians that could not go home.